This is the camera.
Hello.
We're in it. Shall we start?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay. Welcome
Welcome.
to another episode of Namasté Bitches and Friends. This is my friend Jay.
Hello.
Jay is also known as the Indian Prince of your dreams. And
Thanks, guys.
the
Thanks, you two, for that.
Indian man. You make amazing music and you're in an awesome band.
Yeah, it's cool. They're great
It's
people.
cool.
It's great people.
Great people.
Yeah.
I'll definitely tag you
Oh.
underneath this because you should check them out. They're called the Gandhi Brothers.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. Would you like to be addressed as Indian man or Jay?
You can call me Jay. My producer name's Indian Man. Yeah.
What are we here to talk about?
We're talking today about therapy.
We're talking about
the topic
therapy.
today is therapy.
And I guess why we felt inclined we can talk, or that we can talk about this is the fact that we both started therapy pretty recently. And yeah, I just thought it's like a topic that people should know more about. When did you start?
I started maybe 6 weeks ago. Maybe.
When is it?
Maybe.
Like in August.
Yeah.
Just before me, you did.
Yeah, just before you.
Yeah.
Just before you.
I started in August as well, and Jay recommended it to me. So I've written some questions from, say, the perspective of someone who hasn't done therapy before, just because I feel like these are some things that I asked.
Yeah.
I would want to know about.
Sure.
So yeah, let's get on it. So first one is, what are some misconceptions about therapy?
I'll go first.
Go first.
I think from my own experience and a lot of other people's experience, close family, friends, and even some strangers that I spoke to actually, I think that a lot of people feel if they're taking therapy, can I swear? No.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I swear.
I think a lot of people who think you need therapy or you're taking therapy means you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Straight away. There's this
yeah.
whole thing you can't. If you're doing that, you're broken.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, and I think that's definitely not the right approach to it at all, and it's not true. Yeah.
Like in my culture, I'm from Greece. For anyone that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember therapy isn't a thing.
Me too. Yeah.
Like if you hear someone's going to a therapist, like you said, you think they're fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And also the whole mental health culture in Greece is non-existent really, because we joke, or they joke about oh, I'm depressed, as in and nobody knows what it is to be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in order for someone, if you hear that someone's doing therapy, something's, this weird thing is wrong with them that you don't know about, and
yeah.
I don't think there is any mental health awareness in Greece, or at least wasn't when I was there 3 years ago and before.
That's what it was like for me growing up as well though. I'm British born, but my family background is Punjabi Indian. Yeah. And traditionally, it's
I was gonna make a joke and say Swedish.
Swedish. I'm definitely Swedish.
Yeah.
You haven't noticed but in the same sense, sort of grew up in this culture where it's kind of just swept under the covers, and I don't know. I feel to a degree it's not a taboo, but I feel there's some sort of it's kind of looked at as dark magic or something.
Yeah.
You know?
What, going to therapy or being depressed?
All of it. It's just this sort of stuff that you're not really allowed to touch
talk about. So I think just to summarize this kind of the misconception thing is it's assumed that you go to therapy when you're depressed, or when you're traumatized, or just I think those are the biggest
misconceptions. I think,
yeah, and those can have like subcategories and stuff, but we're here to say no.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely.
Well, to be honest, like I did go to therapy because of a traumatic experience that happened to me, and but like I even before that I knew it was like something you should do anyway. Like I did want to do it at some point in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
But you kind of like don't let yourself feel like, oh, I should go. You don't give yourself that present that we said, like the self-love to like actually go and take care of your mind if there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. I mean, we all have problems, you know, and like there's obviously the intention to like make those problems better, fix them. But like, when I first went, I kind of thought maybe, like it's going to go in and it's all going to be about fixing these problems. Whereas more about exploring them and exploring like where they come from and like what triggers them, you know, or what triggers certain feelings, not even just problems, you know. So yeah, like I think the summary for me anyway is like, doesn't mean you're broken or, you know, doesn't mean like you're,
No, it's just taking care of your like mental health and just literally your thoughts, like. And we were just talking about it before, and we said that we don't kind of know how we used to deal with things before going to therapy. It just seems like
I wish I did it a long time ago, because it would have been able to work out a lot of the things.
So is it expensive? What do you think?
I think it's no. I think depends where you go. There's lots of help.
Yeah.
There's lots of places that can help you and support you.
Yeah.
And I think the therapist that we use is pretty cheap.
It's very affordable.
Very affordable.
I'll leave the like link down below, just in case like we're in Bristol area. So if anybody wants to like go, is it like. It's not like a charity, is it like a...
It's a foundation,
yeah.
And they sort of like, I think they have some sort of deal with the, I don't know, government or something, and they pay half, so...
Okay. It's called Heart to Heart, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if like we're meant to like say it, but like why not?
No,
Just it's like a suggestion, and it's affordable, very affordable, because when I did my research before and kind of like literally just Googled like therapists Bristol, I found like people with like 100 an hour and like £90 an hour, and I was like, no, I'm not that famous yet.
Yeah.
The time's a bit like short for me, because I was speaking to a friend, Kay, and he said he did like in the park. He said he did like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Straight, and we do like 45,
50 minutes.
Yeah. But it's good money, I think.
Yeah.
It's like very affordable.
Also, I like it because it's weekly, and and I feel like it's nice to have that hour or 50 minutes, and then go away and sort of think about what you've talked about and come back the next week. Rather than doing big sessions and coming back every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it works for me so far as well, like that.
I'll leave the links in the bottom, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I've got a few other links that a few friends have given me, so I'll give you them as well.
Don't hesitate to message us, please. So, next question. Why did you go to therapy? And this is like, you don't have to go in any like personal details. It's just maybe like, what did you feel? Why would you want to do something like that? Like,
I think for many years I felt I was very bulletproof. Like I grew up in a household where, we had everything. Like you can very loved. Everything was good, in that sense. But like, it gives you this sort of illusion that like you're completely secure and you're completely stable, and there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
There's nothing to work on necessarily,
So you're like fine.
So I'm like fine, and I've been like that. Even when there's problems that have happened, I've been like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then I just recently discovered that like it's okay not to be fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely okay not to be fine, and I started noticing, why do I react like that, or why do I react like this to certain things and emotions and even like statements and words.
Yeah.
And, like they trigger certain things.
Did you were you after say help or because for me it was very I need somebody to tell me what to do because this is so new and intense. I know nothing about this trauma, and I just need somebody to tell me how this works. I don't know how it works on the brain. I don't know. There's so many ways it's affecting me that I don't know how to deal with. I was just I need help,
Sure.
guidance.
Sure.
Was it like that for you, or just a talking, listening kind of?
I think it was. There was partially that. Yeah, I was I really would love some, help in terms of how these emotions work or where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Are they related to my childhood? Is it something to do with trauma? It's all these little things and how they connect. But ultimately, I was I think I spoke to you about this earlier, but I didn't realise, but it's really a gift of love to yourself, a friend of mine who's a bit older than us, 10 years, he's got 10 years on us or something, so he's been doing therapy for a while, and he told me that, if you can look at it in a way where it is like a gift of love to yourself, you're actually choosing to just accept how you are, and you're going to, give that to yourself and improve and love yourself like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I was in a place where I was actually, I want to try and do that for myself, and it can feel kind of selfish in a way, but
For me, it was I wanted it for since last August, literally. Teeny bottom. Just again because I was I do not know. This is so new. I don't know how to deal with it. But I know I was busy with uni and stuff, but I dragged it on and didn't do it for so long. And I was I realized, I found out it's such a different thing to say you want it and actually going and getting the help for yourself. And actually what tipped me over, I had a moment where I was now I need it. I had when was it, July? June, yeah. I had a fucked up dream. I think I told you last time.
You told me,
I had the worst dream of my life because all these things I was suppressing for almost a year were coming back in my sleep, and this dream was so fucked up that I was and I can't, this is enough. Now I can't live my life having these kind of thoughts in my dreams where I'm meant to be resting. Yeah, so that's why and you gave me the number, and then I was let's do it quickly.
Sure.
Yeah. And she asked me the first session are you here by your own will, and I was yes. Help me. Help me. I've been wanting this for ages. Yeah.
I think it's also like that. It's help me, but not in a, doesn't always have to be in a, I'm in need, but help me to understand. Help me to just some sort of way for guidance of maybe where this has come from, and you have to want to do it for yourself, I don't think anyone can really give you the solutions. That you have to find your solution.
Yeah, and to clarify, when I say I need help, give me guidance, that's not what, give me directions, that's not what she did at all. Which in a way I'd kind of like to, because it would just be easier, but I think that would avoid me understanding everything in the process if I was just given directions.
For sure.
So we'll get on it, I think, in the next question, but
what's the next question?
What exactly do you do in the sessions?
Oh, good question.
We get hot and heavy.
I don't.
Hot and heavy in tears.
Oh yeah.
Heavy tears.
Yeah, there's a lot of tears.
I cry almost every time now.
Yeah, I actually find the crying happens afterwards for me, actually.
Really? I don't cry after. It's kind of I'm out, and I'm I kind of want to, but it just doesn't happen.
For sure. What do we do in a session? There's quite a few things, really. It depends. I think it depends on your therapist, and it depends on what kind of topics you're on or what kind of things. I don't know if you've done this thing, but they do like a lifeline thing.
No.
Oh, it's like a thing where you draw.
Events?
In your events in your life, and then you start connecting the dots.
Okay.
And then there's another thing I've done where you write about yourself.
Okay.
You like draw yourself, and you draw.
I love when she brings out the pencils. I'm like,
yeah.
yay!
Yeah, just so we've got the same therapist.
We got the same. I think that's
I know,
hilarious,
it's quite hilarious,
by the way. Imagine if she sees it. She'll be like, this is not what I want.
Yeah, I don't think she knows actually. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Well, she knows she has us, but I don't know if she
knows we know each other.
I don't think she does actually.
I don't think she does. No.
But
It might be weird. I don't know. We're on our
it's
separate
very
journeys as
funny.
well,
Yeah.
so.
We don't really like we talk about it like a bit, but it's kind of cool though. I find it that we can that I have a friend that not only we share the fact that we go to therapy, but even though our therapist. I mean,
For sure.
we've only talked about her once.
Yeah, only once. So like, if you're watching this, then
we love you.
we love you. We literally love you.
We love you.
Yeah, literally. Oh god.
Anyway, but what we do in the sessions, she brings out some pencils and paper sometimes, like markers actually. You did like lifeline and stuff. I did the anger iceberg.
What's that?
So anger, she says, is like an iceberg. Such a therapist analogy.
Yeah.
We're on the top, and this is the sea, and on the top is anger, but what's underneath it? So vulnerability, pain. It kind of comes down to being hurt and pain and stuff. Oh, anger issues.
But you have to look do you draw it out? Sort of thing?
Well, she just she was like, just draw what you want, like an iceberg of however you feel it, and then she was like we split it into levels. What's under anger, and it's hurt or being I'm scared or being vulnerable, and then it goes to it came to my pain and being hurt in the bottom, because apparently if you're angry you're actually hurt. Which is true.
That's interesting.
But yeah, we did that, but mostly how it works for people who are scared of how it actually happens is just you literally walk in the room, they're bound to be really nice to you, so don't worry. They're very smiley. And we pay at the beginning and just to get it out of the way, and then
I like that.
Yeah. Kind of gets it out of the way. And then the room is very at least our room is very nice and soft lighting and comfy chair or whatever, and then she kind of asks us or me what do you want to bring today? And I'm like,
yeah. Vomit.
Word vomit.
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah.
But yeah, and then she doesn't. That's what I asked her as well. I was like, can you give me directions? And she was like, well, no, I can't kind of give you guidance. But I have actually asked her, I know you're not meant to tell me what to do, but say, do I pick up when this person calls or not? No. And she's like, well, kind of, if you feel like answering, talking, yes. If you don't, no. And so I was like, this is the most I can grab from you, so I'll take it.
Yeah. But I think it's a really... I had a sort of similar thing, and it was a bit of a realisation where it was actually, just how do you feel?
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel about that? If you don't feel today I made a decision to, to not go and meet some, basically a person who's new in my life. And just on the basis of how I felt, I just didn't feel very comfortable, you know? So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that's, you don't have to do...
And that's
say
something
yes
you
all the
learn
time,
through your sessions.
Yeah, I'm always, trying to please people and, and I think, just made me realise you really don't have to do that. You don't need to.
Yeah.
People in your life, not there because they want to be pleased by you.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
What is the next question? You've been at it for a while. I like it.
Oh, whoa, 20-something minutes? Wow. I don't think I've ever sat down for 20 minutes and done nothing but talk.
Nothing. Oh, well, you have in your sessions. So, in what ways has it helped or not helped you? Because maybe it did. I know, somebody told me that, like, this kind of therapy wasn't good for them. Because this kind of talking therapy, because there are other ways as well, like NLP and stuff. But this kind of therapy where you just talk, my friend said that it didn't help her that much because all it did is just bring stuff up all the time. I haven't experienced that yet, but I could see how, like, maybe if you've done it for ages, or it just, I don't know, every person is different, but maybe if you've done it for ages and you kind of feel like you need, like, a different kind of approach, maybe it is kind of hard to bring it up all the time, but I don't find that yet.
I think it's.
What was the question? Has it helped
whether it's
you?
helped you or not. I think maybe it's like, you know, a kind of thing where you have to try, and you just have to try it and see if it works for you, and if you think it's helping you, it's working for you in a positive way, where you're starting to understand and like work out ways of dealing with, you know, the things that you were struggling to deal with before. But I don't know. I had the first session, I think we experienced the same thing where it was really hard, and that week after was a bit like I was kind of scared to go to the next one, you know.
Yeah, fair. I didn't have exactly that experience, but I think I wanted it for ages. So I was happy to go.
Right.
Actually, for me, I told you the only time that was hard to go is when I didn't want to talk about my trauma, and I just wanted to talk about now, how I feel in everyday life now. That was hard because, again, the trauma, I know like who to pin it on. I know like where it comes from. It's that, and everything I feel comes from that. But this was different. It might have been affected from the trauma, but I was just feeling like lost, didn't know what to do with my future. It's more like a thinking of the future anxiety,
Sure.
like the next couple of months, you know. So that scared me more, actually. Yeah. But apart from like making you more like self-aware, in what other ways has it like helped you? I'm so fidgety. I feel like in the sessions I'm so aware of my like fidgets. I'm like, she looks at me when I like play with my hair. She looks at me when I like, I'm like,
how in other ways it's helped me? It's helped me in a lot of ways that I'm only just noticing. I mean, that whole thing again with just like sitting with how you feel and not feeling like you have to push it. I used to always not go against how I feel, but kind of like, oh, I'm feeling this, but you know what, morally I feel like I really should be doing that, or I've promised that I'm going to do that. Whereas actually I could just say to a person, hey, actually I'm just not feeling up
Start
to it.
putting yourself first.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly, put yourself first to a degree, and yeah, that's like the secondary thing that I'm really getting from this.
Yeah.
So
for me, it's like when like episodes sounds a bit dramatic, but when like say anger came up, intense anger, or like some episodes where I couldn't control my emotions, or I had like very what's it called, like very thoughts that I didn't want and that were like holding me back and were just fucking up my day. I used to recover way slower from it. Like, say something happened like at 3, it would take me till the night to recover properly. Like, I'd hold it in my mind, even go out, whatever, but I wouldn't be well. Whereas now I've done 6 sessions, and now like it happens still, but it's just the recovery time is just way faster. And yeah, it was good that I can notice that, because the improvement is so it's so subtle that you don't you can be like, wow, I'm good. So you have to notice like the tiny things. So in that way, it just made my recovery time from these moments way quicker. And also like before therapy, I had like my partner to like say everything to, which sometimes, who's amazing by the way, and always sat through it and helped me, but in that way it took that that kind of therapist relationship between him and me, and because now I have like, if something happens, I think that's what it is that I have an assigned time and place to go to, so even that's why I'm recovering faster, because I'm like, I know when I'm going to talk about this exactly.
Sure, you can almost like put it in that little box that you're preparing to take.
Yeah.
So we got
last question,
one more,
you want to read?
Yeah, why should others go or not go to therapy? Good question.
Have you been watching this?
You go first. What do you think?
I think you should go as an act of self-care and self-love. And like we said before, in our conversation before this actually, the ego can be like, not let you go and like, I'm good, like I'm dealing with this. You can. It's just so much easier to actually have a professional not tell you that you fucked up, but just like help you like sort out your thoughts, and just like don't be afraid to go, like just don't be afraid to go, man. It's like, it's so good for you, you don't even know. I don't know, if you're dealing with trauma and depression or like something else that has happened, that's when you should 100% go, no matter what. I think you need help through that, but also like just do it for you. Like,
I think you have to really want to go.
Yeah.
I know it's like, you might think, I probably should speak to someone about this, or I probably should do this. But until you inside you go, okay, actually I'm going to make the like leap now, and I'm just going to try it. I'm not going to have any expectations on what I'm going to get from it. But unless you try, then you don't know. I always think if you're having pondering thoughts, if you're having things that you think about every day, or you're being very self-conscious of your actions or your feelings, or you're feeling like, I've been triggered by something, it's worth just trying to explore that. And if you can't do that by yourself, then this is a really good way to go.
Because like
explore.
Apart from depression and like trauma, anxiety is such a big thing, and what you said basically, pondering over things, and like I think I saw a thing that was like, what is anxiety, and it's like pondering over what words to use, thinking about what people like, if can people think see what I'm thinking, or like how will people perceive this, when will I do this, how this all is anxiety. And like I think I saw a picture that that was like a therapist and a patient, and their mind was like many strings like tangled, and on the therapist's mind it was like the 3 strings and like that she could see. Anyway, I don't know if this makes sense, but it just helps you deal with things that you may not know how to deal with. And I know how hard it is to admit this, because I'm a very self-aware person, so I'm very aware of my thoughts and very aware of why I'm doing things and what this translates to in my psychology and my brain and my past experiences, my childhood. But I still didn't know how to deal with this, because trauma is fucking real, and people don't fucking know. I didn't. That's another subject, though.
Yeah, that's probably another video.
That's another video. Probably not anytime soon, because don't want to talk about it on the internet.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing me into your sessions.
Come again.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone, you should definitely continue following this journey with Margot. And we hope you get something from this video.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the links in the bottom.
Yeah.
And,
And like, for real, like, message me. Message Jay, like.
Yeah, just message us, type us, anything. Like,
or like if you want to just ask something specific that we didn't cover, or like that you want us to be more specific on and stuff. Like, I don't mind sharing what I've been through with someone, like by text, but just not here.
Yeah, for sure. Any specific questions? Welcome.
Yeah.
Please.
So, shall we do Namaste?
Namaste.
Namasté, bitches. And friends.
I don't know, finish it with the Disney chord.
Yes, let's do it. Oh my god, creams.